Hi everybody. This is a video about how to work with the energy of the equinox, not only on the day of the equinox, because I don't think that that's the most important day, other than maybe setting some intentions. But I do think the energy that you work with going forward from the equinox is actually much more important. So in this video, I'm going to show you my top tips for how to work with the energy of the equinox. So stay tuned. Now, point number one that I want to make is the equinox in the northern hemisphere, which if you're in the United States or in the northern hemisphere, is our fall equinox, at least at the time of me recording this video. We have the fall equinox coming up on September 22nd, 2017. So this marks a time of transitioning into darkness. So our time is going to change in the next month and we're going to fall back, right? It's going to start getting darker earlier in the day for us. In the southern hemisphere, of course, it's the spring equinox. So new beginnings, planting new seeds, everything starting brand new for those of you in the southern hemisphere. Now, regardless of where you are, I'm going to address this video more for the fall equinox because that's where I am at this moment, and I'll create another video. So watch out for that for those of you in the spring equinox. Now, for those of us in the northern hemisphere, this is the fall equinox. So the first thing that you're going to notice that's starting to go on for us is a transition in energy levels. First of all, between the spring and the summer, we've been go, go, go. We've been outside a lot, exerting our energy, getting out there, socializing, being outside more, getting things done, being out in nature. It's wonderful. That's why I love spring and summer personally. Just get to be outside in the sun a lot, right? But when the fall starts coming up, now we're going to start slowing down. So we're going to see that right away. I call this hibernation. At least in my life, that's what it's like. It's like I'm hibernating like a bear, right? I don't really like to go out and do as much. I'm really cocooning a lot more. The weather starts changing. I'm getting more into like my comfort zone. So with this video, I'm going to show you kind of how to move through this energy, because this is actually the time that a lot of people can gain more weight. We also have the holidays coming up in the next few months. So I'm going to be addressing all of that in this video, so stay with me. But the first tip I have for you is slow down. Naturally, your energy is going to start slowing down. It's just preparing us. The fall is kind of like preparation for winter, I feel. We're going into a period of gratitude now, okay? We've had, and no matter what year you're watching this, right? From January until the fall equinox, it's always very busy, okay? We're always like, go, 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 get a lot of things done. If you're a business owner, setting new intentions, making things happen. And then we're now in the last quarter of the year, things are starting to slow down as we approach the new year. We're only a few months away. So my tip for you on this one is to find a neutral balance. Start to balance how much you're doing and how much you're resting. Try to get those levels a little more equal, even if they're not like that right now. You're going to find that it's a little bit harder to push through in the fall, right? It's kind of like you just want to enjoy family more, friends more, catch up with people, maybe stay home and binge watch your favorite TV show, kind of not go out as much. I'm not saying not to, but it's just kind of a natural going within energy that usually happens in the fall, okay? So my other suggestion is reduce the amount of artificial light that you're around. So what I mean by this is, if you are somebody who stays up late, you're a night owl, maybe have candles lit instead of all your lights on, because the fall is a time to sync with nature again. Because nature's changing, right? So fall's coming in, all the trees are changing, all the leaves are changing, everything's shifting. changing colors, transforming. It's a time of letting go. So what nature's doing, we're also doing. We're going into that flow as well. So you want to pay attention to how you're feeling. You may not feel like doing as much. You may find it a little bit harder to wind down at night. This is why I'm suggesting turn off the artificial lighting so it makes it a little easier to wind down. Maybe instead of having all your lights on in your living room and lamps and everything, you turn on candles instead. Maybe instead of watching TV until right before you go to bed, you turn it off 30 minutes before and you just have some peace and quiet time where you didn't have these bright lights blasting at your eyes. You know, give it a shot. It really does work and it helps reset your system, especially if you're somebody that has trouble sleeping. That will definitely help you. You'll love it. Okay, my last suggestion on this first point of slowing down is to take some quiet moments throughout each day. So if you can just get out and breathe some fresh air for 5-10 minutes when you're on a break or you have a lunch break, or if you work from home like I do, take a minute to just stop outside and take a break. Or like I have right now, I just lit an incense stick to kind of clear the energy in here, and it's amazing, and it kind of resets the energy. So do something to kind of help reset your energy 3 or 4 times a day. Okay, my second point is we are entering, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, a season of gratitude. So this is really going to be a period where you want to not wait for Thanksgiving, for those of you that celebrate, but start to practice gratitude each and every day. Align yourself a little bit more with what you have right now and what you're grateful for. Now listen, we're all working towards things and we want to create these new things and have this awesome life and help people and do this and do that. But since we're in a period of slowing down, our actions need to be much more intentional now. Your energy is going to shift. It's going to slow. So actions that you want to take, you want to make sure you're really resonating with them. And you're like, okay, I'm really into this. This is my next step. Because you may find if you try to do something with the summertime energy, you're just not, it's like the wheels aren't turning. You know what I mean? So be very intentional and come from a place of gratitude. Just work with what you have right now. Okay. Number 3, we are approaching, and I'm doing this video for the fall equinox. So we're approaching a period of darkness, and especially we're going into Scorpio season here pretty soon. And I love my Scorpios, right? We're approaching Scorpio season too. So this is, and now the fall, ushering in this period of darkness. Also, we have a Scorpio energy coming in, that zodiac, right? That's all about the underworld and all those deep buried emotions. So just realize that things may come up for you in the fall. This is a period when we have more downtime, we have more time to ourselves. And when things like that come up, we start to think and process, and triggers. If you don't know what a trigger is, it's something that comes up and it sort of triggers this reaction in you and makes you go, whoa, what happened? Or you may react on somebody else or whatever. Things like that may come up. Okay, so I just want you to be aware that we are approaching that season, and that's where moving slowly is really important. Instead of reacting on somebody else, if you can stop and just take a deep breath in and realize that you're upset, step away until you can think and process it all the way before you react on somebody else. That way you can maintain the relationship if that's something that you want to do. You're not hurting somebody else, but you're also giving yourself time and space to process whatever it is that's coming up for you. My suggestion on that is always step back if you're in a triggered state. You have to step back so you can see it objectively in whatever amount of time that takes for you. Okay? Number 4, it's going to be very important to keep moving, but more slowly. You may find that if you're somebody that's usually into the gym, or you may still love that and may still go, but some of us are going to want to move more slowly. We may be more into yoga rather than like a boot camp type thing, right? You just may not be in the mood for that. Yoga, maybe Pilates, something slower movement, more intentional. But the important thing is, no matter what you do, make sure it's something that you love and make sure to keep moving, because the body's starting to slow down, and it still does need some movement. You're processing a lot of energies in the fall, a lot of things, like I said, maybe dark things that we forgot about, things that were long since buried that we thought were gone start to come up, and we're like, whoa, where did that come from? So when those things come up, movement is one of the best things that you could do. It just gives your body an outlet to move some of this energy around. It's very easy to get comfy and sit by the fire and not do anything and just have a hot cocoa, hot chocolate, right? Very easy to do that. And I am like a creature of habit. So I know how you feel. Like right away when I feel down or something, my initial thing is like, I want to get a hot chocolate. It's my initial creature comfort, right? So I feel you on that one. And it's okay, but just keep moving. Okay? So don't let a day go by where you don't connect in some way, because not only are you connecting with your body when you do this, but you're also connecting with the earth. And it's helping you to slow down a little bit, but you're still moving. So good news. All right. Last thing I want to mention, this is number 5. I want you to watch out for overindulgence. The fall is really a time where friends and family are getting together. You might be seeing people that you haven't seen in a really long time. Cocktail parties, holiday parties, lots of gatherings, way more than any other season. Maybe summertime, but in summertime we have like fresh fruits, and it's hot. Depending on where you are, it could be really hot out. And so you're wanting to eat more cooling foods. We're drinking more water. That's not really the case in the fall, at least for most people I know. Again, you have to take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is not for everybody. But I want you to watch out for overindulgences. We have a tendency to overeat in the fall. Do you know why? What happens is you're not moving as much as you are in the summer, right? You're not getting out in the sun as much. So the body's going to want to be a little more grounded. It's going to want to feel more grounded. So in that case, what it's going to do is eat foods that help it feel more grounded. This is foods that are heavy: pastas, grains, breads, things that feel really, really heavy in the body and make you feel more grounded. You can do this in healthier ways, though. You can do this with root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, beets, parsnips, things like that are root vegetables. They have the energy of the earth in them that will help you feel more grounded without you eating and overindulging in these foods that just make you feel heavy but aren't necessarily super healthy for you. So that's my suggestion. I also want to remind you, stay super hydrated in the fall. It's very easy to go with some of these fabulous drinks that make you feel better temporarily, but don't really nourish the body very much. So stay super hydrated with water. And then if you want to have something else, go for it. Now, last thing I want to say, and this is the overarching theme of today's video: stay as balanced as possible. If you're working a lot, it's going to be really important in the fall to bring in that play time and that rest time to balance it out. I'm reminded of the Lady Justice with the scales. Okay, you want to try to seek and find balance in the fall. And that's the way that you will make it sailing right through the fall equinox and into a beautiful holiday season if you choose to celebrate. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think about it. Comment, share, subscribe, and I will respond to as many as I possibly can. I'm sending you lots of love for this equinox. Don't forget to set your intentions too. You can check out my video on how to create a new moon ritual. It can still be applied to the equinox for setting intentions. And that's something that I do personally, because it's a change in seasons. And so I always like to do new intentions at that time as well, even though it's not a new moon at that time. So we'll link you to that video. I hope you enjoy that too, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.